Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla. Joe, good morning.
What's up, guys? Good morning.
Sorry about the weather, Joe. It's been really nice this last, 5 days?
Yeah, it's disheartening, but, we'll make do.
I did see rain in the forecast for tomorrow, so that's
downpours.
Yeah.
good sign for you.
That's a good sign. It's supposed to rain today.
That'll have you waking up on the right side of the bed. Are you nervous? Are you excited? What are you right now emotionally?
More just kind of ready to go. I've had a good week of practice. You get to reflect on, obviously, all the tactical stuff and the things that go into it, but then also the opportunity and the challenge you have ahead. So really just kind of ready to go. I think the guys are too.
Nothing you can do about the schedule or the networks or any of that, but was it too long of a break for both teams?
I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. I didn't know this, but they used to move the date up back in the day.
They did.
Yeah, I think that I think Jeff was telling me that they were able to move the date up back in the day, but they didn't do that anymore. But I think it doesn't matter. You play tomorrow, so it's the most important thing.
You mentioned Jeff. We've seen reports this week that Jeff Van Gundy could be added to your staff and could be on the bench next season. Any truth to that?
We don't really know yet. We always said that we were going to, hire from within and kind of, talk more about that after the season.
Joe, you strongly defended the relationship between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum last week. Why did you do that? It seems like you're pretty upset about it.
Yeah, I think it's important. I think in this day and age, the truth you get further and further away from truth, and you get closer and closer to just opinions and things that create clickbait narratives and all that stuff. So those two deserve better. They're two great people. They're two great players. They've done a lot of great things for this city, this organization, and they both deserve better than than speculating. And I think you have to fight for the truth. It's the most important thing.
What's the thing that you've been preaching to the team ahead of this series? Maybe we could play a game of fill in the blank, and that would be if the Celtics win the NBA Finals, it will be because the team did this. What would that thing be?
The same thing we've done the entire playoffs. Focus on the margins, focus on the things that matters the most. And, we've talked about it all year. Like, there's no difference between a regular season game and a playoff game, outside, obviously, the ramifications. But the details, the execution, the mindset, the toughness, like all the things that go into winning, those things are the same. And the team that plays the hardest, the team that's the toughest, the team that makes the most plays is the team that wins. And we just have to be in that mind frame to kind of do that for however long it takes.
Joe, Kyrie Irving, he mentions, hey, I'm healthy. When you watch him on tape, is there anything that he does that's different or maybe even better than other years, whether he was in Brooklyn, whether he was here at the Celtics or even Cleveland?
Yeah, I think he's just playing at a high level right now on both ends of the floor. I think he's very patient in getting to the shots that he wants to get to. And I think he's taking pride in defense, and I think he's making plays for himself and for others. And, I think he's had a heck of a season, and, he's part of the reason why they're here. So it'll be a challenge, defending him for sure.
A lot of the media attention with Dallas is kind of centered around those two stars, Luka and Kyrie, but I'm wondering what some of the challenges that the role players on the Mavericks present for you guys.
Yeah, the first thing is they make a ton of big-time plays, whether it's lobs, whether it's transition, whether it's offensive rebounds, whether it's free throw rebounds, whether it's blocking shots for the defense. Those guys just do a tremendous job of impacting the game in a lot of different ways. And so that's where, the margins and the details become important. Your transition defense, your rebounding, your ability to make more plays. So they got a bunch of guys that can make big-time plays at any time.
Is there an effort right now by you and Kristaps Porzingis to keep his injury information and his health status close to the vest? Is that what's going on right now?
Why would you say that?
Well, because for several weeks you've told us you don't speak to doctors, and then yesterday Kristaps Porzingis came on and was at the podium, and he seemed to be sort of mum on where he's at, and even indicated that maybe the next day, meaning today and tomorrow, would be important days for him in sort of being ready to be back. And it just seems like
every day is important. And I think the best thing that he's done is treated kind of that as so. I think every day he comes in, he just works to get back, works his ass off to just be in the best position that he can be. And and I think at this point he knows we need him. And, for us to have a great chance, we need him at his best, and he's doing everything he can to kind of put himself in that situation.
Would you expect him to be on a minutes restriction when he does make his return?
I don't like expectations. Did I always say we don't have any expectations?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I think you should. I mean, you guys are a good team, and you have expectations to win and be where you are, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so there are good expectations.
I think you have to have an idea of what you want to do, but like you say, going into each game, expected. Like, things are going to go a certain way. There's things that are going to happen, but you don't know. We didn't know we were going to be in the situation we were in Game 1 of Indiana. We didn't know what Game 3 and 4 were like, and I think the best thing this team has done all year is we just haven't played with an expectation of things are going to go a certain way. We just kind of stay focused on the details, and whatever opportunity or problem kind of, is presented to us, we try to take advantage of.
Well, I'd like to spin that in a positive light, and I would spin it to say, can Kristaps Porzingis help you even if he's not playing the same amount of minutes he was in other games this year?
Oh, once anything he does and provides for us gives us an opportunity to win. Absolutely.
Yeah. Joe, I got to ask you about
There's no question about that. It's on both ends of the floor.
I got to ask you about the 5-out offense. I'll get my balls broken. Me being the basketball guru that I am, and I'm watching you guys play, and say you have one of those nights where you're not shooting the ball as well, and you got two guys that are 6'10" standing outside the 3-point line. Does that get frustrating at times because it takes away from the rebounding? Can you explain?
Well, usually if there's a bunch of guys standing outside, it's because they usually have 2 6'10" guys standing inside.
So that's a stretch them then.
Yeah. So I think everything comes down to what your offensive strengths are and how you can take advantage of defensive strengths. And so, the most important thing is taking the best shot available. And I think that's one of the things we did a good job of in the Indiana series was you obviously don't want to settle. You want to make sure you get into the paint, but then you got to make the right play once you're in the paint, whether that's a kick out, whether that's a layup, whether that's a little jump shot in the paint. I think the thing that our team has done really well in executing is, fighting to take the best shot possible, but also putting the defense in compromising situations. And, in the playoffs, everything's about getting back in transition and protecting the rim, and so you have to be able to do different things to kind of compromise the defense. So I think we've done a good job trying to fight for that best shot regardless of what it is.
Joe, this is the biggest stage in the NBA, being in the finals. Was there anything you took away from the experience a couple of years ago that you think might help you be prepared for it this time around?
Yeah, the things that go into winning are no different than the Indiana series, the Cleveland series, the Miami series, the regular season game. All the things that you end up talking about, all the things you end up stressing, all the things that can get you beat, all the things that can give you an advantage, they're all the same things. And if you get distracted by anything other than the details and the execution and the things that go into having the right mindset, that's when you don't give yourself the best chance. So that was the biggest thing I learned was it's no different than anything else. You just got to do it under a higher level of duress, and with a tough mindset.
Will this be the toughest matchup to this point in this playoff run? I mean, you get to the finals for a reason. That's why the Mavericks are here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would anticipate it to be the toughest matchup so far. I anticipate it to be extremely tough on both ends of the floor because you have both teams trying to, like you said, achieve something, the highest mark you can get to. So, yeah, I anticipate it being, one of the most difficult things we have to go through as a team.
It's pretty rare seeing a 5 seed there, and I know they're a good team, but do you feel there's more parity in the league, or is this just like one of those years where you had injuries and stuff and teams got caught up in that?
You got to think, it's a long year, and so they make the trade, and they're able to kind of change the dynamic of their team. And so, to me, I don't really think seeding plays a part once you get into the NBA playoffs. Everything's about timing. Everything's about guys being healthy. Everything's about your team being ready to play. So I think seeding kind of goes out the window once the playoffs start.
How different is this team versus the one that you played in March and beat in March?
They've gotten better. I think they have an identity of what they do. They're playing at a high level on the offensive end. The defense has gotten better. I think they're just naturally better because they've had more time, more reps together, and they've gone through stuff.
What time you get in the Garden tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Probably 12:05. 12. Yeah.
Routine, man.
Any new shirt you're wearing tomorrow night? Or we just going same stuff, same dress.
Yeah, same stuff. Got to keep it the same.
That's right.
Consistency. Yeah. It's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is the is the film work done at this point? Do you have time to not watch film tonight?
Hang
you
the
know,
Yeah,
in the barn,
we had,
watch a
like you
movie
said,
tonight. You know, kick back, kind of get your mind right, relax a little bit.
Yeah, listen, like you got a game plan, right? And you work on that, but then the game doesn't start. It really doesn't start until tip off. Then you start to see kind of both teams settle in. What are the matchups? What are the sub patterns? What are the coverages? Where are the strengths and weaknesses? You start to kind of see, and that's kind of when it begins. So guys have done a great job staying locked in to the details, and then we once we toss the ball up, then we go from there.
Well, Joe, we wish you luck.
Right,
we're looking
man.
forward to it. We're glad there's finally a game tomorrow, and I'm sure you're excited for it too. Get going.
Yeah, we are. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, good luck, Joe. See you, bud.
Later.
See ya. If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.